we've been talking a little bit about things you're experiencing in the market today, that as you work with buyers who are looking to purchase newly constructed homes, maybe a home that's in a framing stage or almost complete or even complete. Based upon your experience, what are some of the things that that buyer needs to look out for that's different than buying a previously loved home?
That's a great question. There is a common misconception by buyers that they need not buyer representation whenever it comes to purchasing new construction. That's far from the truth. As a matter of fact, they need buyer representation on new construction as well as existing homes. They need to make sure that their buyer's agent is somebody that understands the building process so that they can help lead them through it, not only negotiating the deal with the builder, but also through the different stages of construction. They have another set of eyes that can look for different details through the framing process as it's dried in, through the sheetrock onto the finishing out of the flooring, cabinets and counters and fixtures and things of that nature. So go ahead.
You bring up a great point there, because I'm sure a lot of folks don't realize when they go up and talk to that builder obviously is representing themselves. That listing agent is representing the builder, looking out for that builder's best interest. So your job as a buyer agent or another buyer agent would be to represent the buyer and look after their best interest. Is that the summary of it?
That's correct. And even on new construction, it is important to pull comps of the subdivision of like homes that are being constructed and that just have closed and that are pending and things of that nature, to be sure that the buyers are not paying too much for their property, so that when they do get a chance to resell, that they are have some equity in that property and that they're not underwater per se thing. Sometimes builders will use, for example, a single unit, a single package system, and have a damper in the air duct, but have two thermostats, one down and one up, that control the amount of air that goes to both, rather than two units that are constantly sort of fighting against each other, if that makes sense. A lot of it depends on the efficiency of the home. So in comparing the two, you have to think about how well insulated the new home is versus the old home. Does this builder insulate garage walls, garage ceilings, those types of things?
So you touched on just one small area there, the HVAC, the heating and cooling of the home. So I would guess in your example, there'd be multiple other areas in the home, like finishes in the kitchen,
sure,
appliance packages.
Exactly. So, quality of the products being put into the new home that you're building. That's one advantage to building, is you're going to get what you want if you're willing to pay for it. You can choose, for the most part, the quality of the materials and the systems that you put into your new home.
One of the things that I hear from time to time, buyers thinking on a new home, the builder's built the home, it's built up to codes, and I don't need a home inspection. It's the city's inspecting it for me, or the county's inspecting it for me. How do you respond to that?
Well, I can personally say from experience that I've had with buyers, that when they do have a home inspection, undoubtedly, builders aren't perfect. Even though a home will pass codes, doesn't necessarily mean that it is, as far as safety goes in certain handrails, doesn't necessarily mean that it has everything there that the homeowner would even prefer. Just for example, in our area and in our county, there's different code requirements as far as a hot water heater. An electric hot water heater, as of right now, does not have to be elevated off the floor. A lot of buyers would prefer them be elevated, and that may or may not be something that a home inspector points out.
Good idea to take advantage of a program the builder may offer.
It might or might not be, depending on the scenario. I strongly recommend that the buyers that I represent talk to several different lenders to see what's going to work out best for them and see what pricing is going to be the best and their rate. Not only that, but the service, the quality of service that the lender is going to offer. How well does that lender communicate? It's not all about the rate. what are their charges, their origination charges and such. Don't feel pressured as a buyer going to purchase new construction to use the preferred lender of the builder.